個係 Becky，阿 Joy 嘅女朋友。
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 LGBTQ+ movie couples who are definitely still together.
Hey, it's just a dance.
Yeah, but then what?
For this list, we'll be looking at our favorite queer couples who we're sure stayed devoted to each other long after their time on the big screen ended. Since we'll be talking about how these relationships shake out in the end, consider this your spoiler warning. Which on-screen queer couple made you believe in love? Be sure to let us know in the comments. Number 10, Violet and Corky, Bound.
You know what the difference is between you and me, Violet?
No.
Me neither.
Violet is in a relationship with a money launderer for the mafia. Corky is an ex-con working as an apartment building maintenance woman.
You're doing all the work yourself? That is so amazing.
From their first moment together in that elevator scene, the chemistry between them is electric, and they don't even speak. When Violet reaches out to Corky for help escaping a life she can no longer live, the two become literal partners in crime.
I see what I've been waiting for, but I can't do it alone.
The intensity of their relationship goes from 0 to 100 practically overnight, but by the end, it's clear that they're both in it for the long haul. Number 9, Omar Ali and Johnny Burfoot, My Beautiful Laundrette. Fixing up a rundown laundrette might not seem like the most romantic way to nurture a budding relationship, but when Omar and Johnny are together, everything becomes an excuse to bond and flirt.
Laundrette as big as the Ritz. Oh, yes.
The two come from wildly different worlds. Omar's father was a leftist journalist in Pakistan, while Johnny leads a right-wing street gang.
Like me friends.
Still, when they reconnect years after their boyhood friendship, they quickly realize they can't stay away from each other. Throughout the film, life keeps trying to pull them in different directions. Omar's family expects him to marry a woman, and Johnny is torn between his old life and his new love.
Don't cut yourself off from your own people. There's no one else who really wants you.
Ultimately, they both know that being together is their only way to find real happiness. Number 8, Noah and Will, Fire Island.
You have to trust me.
Like we're friends or something?
Something like that.
A reimagining of Jane Austen's classic Pride and Prejudice, Fire Island brings the time-honored enemies to lovers formula into the 21st century, with just as much gossip, drama, and heartbreak as the original. Noah and Will's relationship gets off to a rocky start, as Will's quiet reserve clashes with Noah's brash, outgoing demeanor. In fact, they spend most of the movie sparring with each other.
Rude, elitist, smug, hella judgmental.
Wow, you seem to have a lot of opinions about someone you've only known for 3 days.
But over time, their true feelings come forward, and they begin slowly falling for each other. By the time they finally admit it to themselves in the end, it's obvious to us that they're meant to be.
I'm not right for you, and you're definitely not right for me.
Hey,
and
it's just a dance.
yeah, but then what?
Guess we'll find out.
Number 7, Becky Sreger and Joy Wang, Everything Everywhere All at Once. We don't get to see Becky and Joy together much, since the main focus of the film is Joy's relationship with her mother Evelyn.
他是我的好朋友，老友嚟㗎。Mom.
But in the scenes they do share, the love, empathy, and understanding between them is obvious. One element of Joy's identity is the omniscient, all-powerful Jobu Tupaki, who has seen everything and can do or have anything.
You're still hung up on the fact that I like girls in this world. The universe is so much bigger than you realize.
It's not clear whether Becky is a constant in all of Joy's different lives. But out of that endless multiverse of possibilities, we have no doubt she'd still choose her. Even Evelyn says that the universe has brought the two together. And who are we to argue with the will of the universe?
他找到一位善良、体贴、
真正爱他一些的人。
Number 6, Maurice Hall and Alex Scudder. Maurice.
England has always been disinclined to accept human nature.
Alec is a lowly gamekeeper for a wealthy family, while Maurice comes from high society. But that's far from the only thing keeping them apart. In turn-of-the-century England, their love is prohibited. And by being together, they risk losing everything: their jobs, their family, and even their freedom. Understandably, this makes it difficult for them to trust each other at first.
How are you going with your serious charge? I don't know what came over me.
No, Stu, no.
Alec plans to emigrate to Argentina with his brother, while Maurice does his best to lead a normal life as a stockbroker. Yet, despite the risks, they discover that they can't stay away from each other, and both decide to sacrifice everything to be together.
Now we shall never be parted. It's finished.
Number 5, Nick and Jules Allgood. The kids are all right.
You were really funny. You were really pretty.
Relationships don't have to be perfect in order to last, but they do take work. As is common when two people have been together for a long time, Jules begins to feel that Nick no longer appreciates her.
Are you even attracted to me anymore? Do you still like the wine?
When their kid's biological father comes into the picture, Jules discovers the recognition she's been missing, and the two begin a secret affair. When Nick finds out and confronts Jules, it almost destroys their marriage. Even if Nick and Jules aren't sure they're going to make it, their kids know that they still belong together.
I don't think you guys should break up. No? Why's that? I think you're too old.
This bump in the road might have been a big one, but we believe they'll come out even stronger on the other side. Number 4, Johnny Saxby and Jorge Ionescu. God's Own Country.
It's not like I'm asking you to get wed or anything. No, but you're asking me to stay here with you.
Tending sheep on the windswept heaths of northern England is a difficult life, and having someone to share the cold nights with can make them just a bit warmer. Jorge is a Romanian immigrant who joins Johnny to work on the Saxby farm, and their relationship starts out as rough as the weather.
Do not call me that. I know what you're doing.
Although Johnny is intrigued by Jorge's gentle, quiet manner, he has some demons of his own to work out before they can establish a relationship. After Jorge leaves the farm, Johnny realizes that his time with him was the happiest he's ever been. He tracks Jorge down in Scotland to confess his feelings, and the two are at last able to settle down in a simple life together.
I want you to come back. With me. And I want us to be together.
Number 3, Carol Aird and Therese Belivet. Carol.
What a strange girl you are.
Why?
Flung out of space.
Being out was pretty much just not an option for most queer people in the 1950s. Carol is in the midst of a painful divorce and at risk of losing custody of her daughter because she had an affair with a woman.
Been seeing a lot of Aunt Abby lately, haven't you, Sunshine?
Yes.
With Mommy.
However, when she meets Therese at a department store, the two are drawn to each other. Carol is intrigued by the talented young photographer, and Therese is swept away by Carol's beauty and glamour. After a brief romance, Therese resists Carol's suggestion that the two move in together. She soon realizes, however, that no one else fulfills her the way Carol does. When Therese shows up at the Oak Room in the final scene, the unspoken promise in the air is palpable. Number 2, Bobby Lieber and Aaron Shepard. Bros. Bobby is a nerdy podcaster who has devoted his life to advocating for LGBTQ+ issues. Aaron is a hot lawyer who looks like he could get any guy he wants. Each one is a bit intimidated by the other.
I'm not that confident. You are the most confident person I know, like, to a fault.
When they get together, they discover they have more in common than they realized. And as any strong couple does, they bring out the best in each other.
I'd rather be a cliche than be miserable.
Aaron convinces Bobby that he's lovable exactly the way he is, while Bobby inspires Aaron to quit his job and fulfill his dream of becoming a chocolatier. With the love and support of a big, beautiful queer community behind them, these two finally get their happily ever after.
I just really love you.
I love you too.
You like love, bro?
Oh, yeah.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Joe and Nikki, the old guard. If a couple's love has already lasted 1,000 years, we're pretty sure it's gonna last forever.
I believe it's because we're meant to find each other. It's like destiny.
Joe and Nikki are immortal, and they've been through everything together. And we do mean everything. They met all the way back in the Crusades, where they started out on opposite sides of the war.
The love of my life was of the people I've been taught to hate.
we killed each other.
Many times.
Now, along with their team of fellow indestructible mercenaries, they travel the world fighting for good. Their passion for each other still burns brightly after a millennium, but you don't have to take our word for it. Joe will tell you exactly how he still feels about Nikki after all this time.
Oh, he's not my boyfriend. This man is more to me than you can dream. He's the moon when I'm lost in darkness, and warmth when I shiver in cold, and his kiss still thrills me even after a millennium.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Ms. Mojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.